The Le Jog Rally starts at Land's End in the southwest corner of England and finishes way up on Scotland's north coast. And this year, Team Pink Petrol becomes the first German women's team to take part in the race. More than 70 vehicles are competing this year. All of the cars have to have been built before 1984. A technical inspection is performed to make sure the car is in its original state. The Navigator has to plot the route using 30 maps. An adventure lies ahead for Team Pink Petrol. Stephanie Edelhoff explains that the Le Jog doesn't just call on the skills of only the driver or only the navigator. They both have plenty to do, and you can't underestimate the navigation. It's a challenge. Over the 2,400 kilometers from start to finish, there are plenty of tests to keep the teams occupied. The winner isn't just the car that gets to the finish line first, it's the one that collects the fewest penalty points. That requires savvy and courage and plenty of driving skill. The first test comes right at the start. The others are dotted along the route under the supervision of helpers.
There's a course laid out via the cones, and they have to start at the start line. They go follow a route through the cones. The cones are marked out, and it's timed from start to finish. The hat tradition, no event starts until I've got the hat on. Once I've got the hat on, then we can start the event, which means everything's in order, everything's safe, everything's ready to run.
What's the problem?
We've got a problem over there. Excuse me a second, guys, sorry.
The long journey puts the older vehicles under strain, not to mention the drivers. The British weather can also make it more difficult to make it to the checkpoints within the time limits. The teams have to give it their all to avoid penalty points. Sandra Wukovich says Team Pink Petrol collected a few points today. There was a special stage and they had to be there by noon. The helpers left it out an extra 8 minutes just for them, but they still missed it by 2 minutes.
Und jetzt haben wir es aber leider wieder 2 Minuten verpasst.
But there's no time to take a break. There are 2 night stages that force drivers to continue into the early hours of the morning. In fact, the most exciting test on the tour takes place in the dark. Driving through water is a huge risk, especially for teams driving sports cars. Some people change their minds at the last minute, but Team Pink Petrol are well prepared. Their Volkswagen Iltis plows through the flood. No sweat for a car like this. Stephanie Edelhoff is thrilled. At first she thought, what are we doing here? The guy in front of them bailed out. She really wondered if they'd pull it off. But they did, and it's a great feeling. There's even steam coming out of the car. A glorious sunrise greets the competitors as they reach the finish line at John O'Groats. Just getting here is something to celebrate. Pink Petrol and their Iltis can be proud. It's a job well done, Stephanie says. They arrived after a long night, and it was a tough battle through the special stages, but Stephanie says it was fantastic. With Le Jog, it's not all about winning. The journey is what counts. So the team cracks out the champagne to toast their 57th place finish.